All right, I think we're okay. It sure makes you appreciate gigabyte internet on a LAN cable, Ethernet cable. But all right, we work with what we can. So here we are. I think we're good. All right, minimize me. Here we are. And mute me on my. There we go. All right, I'm looking at the inverse of BTC. First thing, obviously, we always look at longs versus shorts. Shorts are getting a little euphoric here, man. They're up to 34.5. So there's almost 6,000 more than longs. So something to track, nothing to act on yet. Um, so we'll take those off, but shorts are starting to separate a little bit. If you want a reversal, that's not a bad thing. I don't know what the hell happened right here. So we'll just take that off. So what I'm looking at, guys, is, well, if you look at the moving averages, this is moving average bullish as hell on the daily, right? And it's probably 3-day moving average bullish. It just turned 3-day moving average bullish. Yikes. But on the daily, this is starting to look like what's becoming a parabolic advance, right? But, however, you would expect this area to hold as support, and if not, 3K-ish, right? And at least come back and test at some point kind of this zone. That's 5,700 though. Like, that seems like a really big reversal. And then if we take it off of inverse and just go to standard, there's that turned over, same chart turned over. And as we said yesterday, at this point, 3K looks imminent. Kind of looks imminent. And then again, I'll just walk through it again with you as I did yesterday. I'll have to go to Bitfinex. The 200 moving average on the weekly lines up so perfectly with that $3,000 area. Now I could expect it to maybe wick below, maybe 2,800, something like that. But I will be entering longs I'll probably put long orders 2,800 to 3,050, maybe 3,075 on BitMEX, and try to catch the bounce. This is obviously getting oversold. It's starting to look like a parabolic advance. Is probably going to need a pullback, and that's to the upside, obviously. So, at that point, we're probably looking at 42 to 40. I mean, as high as 4,800. I can't imagine it going back to 5,800. I mean, it could, but that'd be crazy. If we do look at the last bear market, this was its throwback. So from the bottom, let's say we bottom at like 3,000, up 80%. It's like 5,600, 5,200. $5,400. I could see it on a wick. Under no circumstance do I expect us to trade over this yellow line right here, 57, 5,800. We could wick above, but I don't expect any meaningful price action above. I expect that if we do get back there to be support or resistance. And I would short the hell out of that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I mean, we're lining up a couple steps down the road, but what I'm really looking at right now, is, and I didn't think we'd get here. Like I said, I don't think we get here, but it's been so aggressive, like insanely aggressive and look, I'm glad that we're getting it over earlier. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we're getting it over faster. That's just, if you're gonna kill me fast. But I'm still expecting like this. Like I have two big plans right now, along the 3,000 zone, and if I get a chance to short the low to mid 5,000s, and if I get a chance to short 5,700, that's your I'm going to do it. So one thing to understand, we are in a bear market right now. So at this point, I think shorting into rallies is going to be the move for the foreseeable future because we're creating so much resistance above that I think that's probably most pertinent. So what we're looking at with BTC, 3K, and then, as high as shorting the 5,700-ish zone. Okay. And I think even at this point, this area, and it's probably best to draw a box from the wick to the real body. Like this zone right here could be a good shorting area as well in the midterm. Okay. So I expect that weekly 200 moving average to hold. That's some big time dynamic support, especially since it's lining up so well with horizontal support down here. Cool? Capiche? Neato? If we zoom in to the BitMEX chart, they're like the hourly. One thing I have noticed is the volume has been with the bulls on this little bottoming. That's interesting. And if you look at this, right? It makes you think, because if you look at Zilliqa, it's basically what it did before it went boom boom. Now the volume profile doesn't match or anything like that, but threw in like a double bottom. It got bought up at the bottom of the range, and then boom. Is that going to happen now? I mean, Bitcoin and Zilliqa, you can't compare it, but it'd be funny if that did happen. I'm not going long here right now, because again, if you go back to the inverse chart and go to the daily, it just looks like a moving train. And I'd rather play the next moves. I mean, under no circumstance would you not long this breakout retest off basically what was an ascending triangle, something like that. Okay? Like, longing this breakout retest is what you would do. Well, that's shorting. So if you get a chance off a wick to short, since this is the inverse chart, and that's longing the inverse chart, I'll quit confusing you. If you get a chance to short the 5,700 area, I think it's a good idea. So let's look at the inverse ETH chart. It looks a little more aggressive to me. One thing to note, okay, we could call this a rising wedge. It doesn't have as much of bottom support. Like, I guess maybe you could call it this, but then that's a failed breakdown retest. I don't know. The problem with ETH, yes, it's on macro 0.93 support, and market cycles commonly retrace there. And you got a little bit of horizontal support here. Not much, like really not much. But the problem with ETH, if you look at the log chart, I mean, you'd be guessing $22, maybe $50. So is that a little too bearish? It could be. Definitely could be. You know, you just try to reach for anything you can here. Okay, that's like a death channel, but it would be near support. No, and then you look at this. That should break up. So, potential double bottom. What does the hourly volume look like? The bulls have been trying to step back in, but like, do you really want to get out in front of this? Man, I'd rather let the market tell me and then decide later. Like, because it's the problem with ETH and the high time frames is there's not a lot below it here. There's really not. And you can grasp at straws and you can draw these little diagonal lines, and but to draw that diagonal line, that would take it down to like 79 or 80 before it would bounce there. So, and it's at 104 right now. So do you really want to long that? Because a third touch of a trend line legitimizes the trend line. I would rather not. Looking at log, really, look at that green line on here. And then look at it on log. Crazy shit, huh? But log just looks like, I mean, it's not symmetrical, but it looks like a head, basically what would amount to a head and shoulders breakdown, or since it's not a head and shoulders, you can call it a rolling over market. I'm just okay on that shit, man. Like, honestly. ETH BTC trying to double bottom off of pretty large, a much larger bull div. But the problem is forget these green lines here. These need to get deleted. If we draw the real body of this candle, I mean, this is, we've had two candle closes below, and today's, if it doesn't get back above, would show that it's pretty much a confirmed breakdown. And then the next level off of horizontals would be like 0.024-ish right here, which is also the macro 886 of the chart of the largest market cycle. Man, doesn't look bullish. Your only hope here is bull divs. So now we're much closer to the bottom than people think, I think. If we look at market cap, right on horizontal support, that tells you we should bounce here. Macro 886 is at 103 billion. We're currently at 121. That'd be another 20% down. Another 20% down would take Bitcoin down to 3,000-ish. So again, we're close. We may not be there yet, guys. BTC dominance. It's back on top of the 236 of the move. As long as it's there, you can expect a move up. But the moving averages are trendless. I mean, BTC dominance is trendless at the moment. It's just kind of going sideways. guess that's an ascending broadening wedge if you're looking for a pattern to play off that. Which means that like it should come down. Am I counting on it? Probably not. It's moving average bullish on the 3-day. I thought it would before. I thought it was due for a correction. Market cap fell through. It is what it is. People flee to Bitcoin when things start dumping. So, just a little bit more of a waiting game. I am expecting a move back down to 45 though in the midterm. Not expecting. I can't say that. I just think it should probably retest this and the bottom of this range right here. So, see that? Should retest that. And that's a 0.5 FIP. We'll see. I shouldn't say should. It would make sense if it retested it. Okay? We'll see. All right. See if we have questions. Is Neo dead? It sure looks like it, but no, it's not dead. Only Casper will save ETH. Because I don't believe in ghosts. Okay, yeah, I do. Yeah, I think there's probably ghosts. Spirits. Spirits trapped in purgatory. They didn't want to die yet, so they're still here trying to figure out why they're dead. Pissed off. You know, American Horror Story type shit. Any chance of a double bottom on 4 hour? Why do you guys say H4? Euros are just ass backwards with everything. It should be 4H. Lowercase r, right? Because you say on the 4 hour chart, 4 hour candle. So shouldn't you abbreviate it down to 4H instead of H4? If we're just being realistic here. Now I love you guys. I think you guys are great. I just think you're ass backwards with your whole H4 thing. It could be a double bottom. The problem, that's not a lot of volume on the 4 hour. And you expect it to be a little more convincing. So it's got to get going if it's going to be. Otherwise, it's probably just a consolidation pattern. Now the thing is, 3 legs down, 3 drives down or whatever, you know, this has been three legs down. And you've commonly seen short-term or mid-term bottoms off of what starts to look like this, right? LTC's done it before. But it was much more exaggerated. You know, you start to see that. And it starts to look more exaggerated. And then eventually, one of these consolidation patterns catches on. And it goes sideways for a little while. Drops again, right? And we're talking about a short-term move. So when you start to see this, it should be close. Make sure you draw these lines. That one's broken out and retested. Woo! But I think it's close, guys. It's just you got to be a little more patient. You got to be willing to take on a little more blood before then. So the Tether announcement, oh God. What happened with Tether? We have a big announcement. Today we are proud to launch a redesigned platform for the verification of new customers and direct redemption of Tether to fiat via tether.to. To find out more, head to I mean, that's good, man. Still makes me wonder if they're fractional reserve banking, basically. Assuming that not everybody will want to withdraw Tether directly to fiat at once, so they only keep a percentage of outstanding Tether pegged to cash. We'll see. It's not bad. I think these fees are ridiculous. If you want to take out 10 million, it's going to cost you $30,000. Wait, 10% would be a million. It'd cost you $300,000 to take out 10 million. So fucking ridiculous. So fucking ridiculous. I don't know, man. We'll see. I'll watch a YouTube video on it or something. I'm pretty dumb. Can't be bad. Couldn't be terrible. Anime on my screen? No, that's Twitter. This guy's calling for a bounce. I'm not much of an anime fan. I used to like Pokemon back in the day. Alright. What's next? Let me look at my tweet. Cripple. We'll see what happens on this real body touch at the 20 EMA. It's coming back down for now. It's coming back down for now. We'll see what happens there. Because if we're going to compare it to the previous fractal and it's doing this, then it's like right here. It's getting ready to parabola. It's getting ready to parabola. But it's got to hold this 20 EMA on the daily. I mean, yeah, it's right here. It's got to hold this 20. Otherwise, it's coming down. So, parabolic or nothing, Ripple. Put up or shut up. What is it? We'll see. As long as this daily 20 EMA is propping the price up, should be all right. But this is significant resistance up here. I want to see a bounce of volume and then it's time to go long. But we'll see. We'll see. Not there yet. Not there yet. Lumens, I think it's probably a pretty easy move to long the 200 moving average, just blindly. The only issue. Here you go. I mean, why wouldn't you? Look at that drop. Look at that damn drop. 3,600, 36, 50-ish. 4 hours probably got a div. Yeah, very slight, but yes. It's craziness. I think 3,500 should hold if 3,600 doesn't. And then you're talking about a good bounce. So, because it's dropped, I mean, that will have been 24% without a bounce. I think it'll be all right. I think we'll be looking at a bounce like this. Big drop, bounce, bounce. Big drop, bounce, right? Big drop, bounce. Something like that. And just get out after that. if you want, I will be taking my profits and running for the hills. This will be a trade I will be taking in short order, folks. But I will be eyeing, yeah, 3,300-ish for another one, 3,350-ish for another one after that. Should be pretty easy. Pretty cool, I guess. She's got sandy blonde hair. She's got a pretty good looking face, so I guess say things are getting pretty serious. Cosplay. No, I don't do cosplay. All right, let's look at Nem. Nem. Trying something. Trying something. Just don't want it to get, it's trying this again, basically. Right? Spike. Come back down. Get wedged between the 20 EMA and the 200 moving average. Spike. Come back down. Get wedged between the 20 EMA and the 200 moving average. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's got to get over this damn 200 moving average. Right? 2,400-ish should be next resistance. Anybody know why Nem is pumping? If we go to Reddit, what is their community saying? New platform for registering luxury crypto watches. I don't know. I don't really see anything. Maybe it's just a market cycle reversal. Nem's been known to do it on the drop of a hat before. Right there. Boom, boom. We'll see. I think it would be pertinent to long this range. If presented with the opportunity again. And that was a classic support resistance flip. Volume on Binance. Good there. Not outstanding here, but more bull than bear. What if it just went up to like 500,000 sats? Like Nem was the new Bitcoin. Like boom, son. Like just mind-bending pump. Like Nem changed the world right there. You know, just pump 25,000%. What would you guys think? That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? I have some Nem. Nem's definitely on my watch list. So is Zilliqa. Zilliqa's mainnet is coming up. The only problem, if you zoom out, like this is an awesome daily candle, right? And it gives you a lot of hope for other coins because you've got this kind of, the only issue here, if you go off the real body of this previous range low, it's been denied at the 20 EMA and that previous range low. So like it needs to close back above like 432. And you know what? Maybe you could call this a falling wedge. Hope for a reversal. That's your hope here in Zilliqa. Knowing that mainnet is coming up, it went from 6 to midnight for no reason. Um, Another one to watch. Would I long here? No. It's under resistance. It's tough. You want to long shit like that. You know, I'm looking to long lumens. Wait, where is it at? This isn't my lumen chart. This is my lumen chart. No, 3600 ish, 3650 ish. You know, that's something by support. You don't come out here and go Leroy Jenkins on me, HMD, and long resistance like that. That's just, unless you want to hold it long term, then maybe you do. Something to think about. But are you going to love it at 417 if you didn't love it at 350? That's the question. The answer could be yes. I guess you could love a woman at 28 that you didn't love at 19 when you knew her. I guess that would make sense. If we want to get all philosophical here, which I'm totally cool with. Okay, let's look at Tomo, because I'm excited about Tomo. If we get a chance to long this zone again, 43, 4400, I don't think it's a bad idea, okay? It looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. Consolidation pattern volume is in conjunction with price descending. Got a nice flagpole. We'll see what happens here. But the target on a breakout would be basically the macro 382. Damn near 11,000 sats. It's a 2.5x. Not half bad, huh? And this bitch could just pump right up here to the 0.5, which even the 618, right? One of these two. It wouldn't surprise me to hit one of these two. I don't know which one. There's not a lot of shit going on here. But at the same time, come back and support resistance flip right down here. Then move back on. Boom. And then guess what? We get this mind bender where Tomo launches its mainnet. It goes back in time and pumps 600%. And then it comes back even more in time, right? Support and resistance flip or touch. And then it decides it wants to go forward in time. And it's the isosceles triangle of greed and doom. And then it decides it wants to go even higher. And then it wants to go even back in time. But then you get a double top. And then you turn this over. You do a 90-degree flip to the left. And it's Ethereum. And then you take all the profits and it's telling you to long Ethereum. Because that's like the Ethereum symbol. And then you long Ethereum on 100x on 20x leverage, and it pumps up to $1,000 again, and you get like 500,000 ROI, all because Tomo Chain broke the internet. I'm not one for conspiracy theories, but let's just say it's not unlikely that this is a coincidence. What are your thoughts? Now, all my years of training have brought me to this point where it's almost like Tom Hanks in Da Vinci Code when he cracks the Da Vinci Code. I mean, you guys, maybe I need to change my name to Crypto Tom Hanks because I feel like I've cracked the Da Vinci Code. I don't know. It's potentially could be huge if true. But it all starts, folks, with filling them bags again near 4350 to 4450, maybe 4500. Fill them bags, son. Because if you wanted to miss out on the greatest two trades of all time, where you get the bend time and shit's happening like that, and Crypto Man starts selling pyramid schemes again. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's just crazy. Illuminati pattern. Wait, is that that's the Illuminati pattern? There, you know the Illuminati's involved now. I mean, what do you want me to say? The middle thing is the initial bending of time. It bends time backwards. Comes back, support resistance flip. Comes back, support resistance flip. And then it wants to pump. It needs to reset time. And then it comes back to double top. And then you take those profits at the double top and you move it into Ethereum. If you turn this 90 degrees to the left, it kind of looks like Ethereum. You move it into Ethereum. 100x leverage up to $1,000, 500% or 500,000% ROI, and then you get to buy the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, and now you're an NBA owner. So that's the trade. I think I am 10,000% right on that one. I think I am 10,000% right. I'm not one for conspiracy theories, but I think I am right on that one. All right. QKC. This one is to chart this one accurately. They should rename it to HMD because it doesn't give a shit. Hold my dick. All right. Only real resistance on this bad boy, and I haven't reversed Fibonacci or Fib extended it yet. But I mean, I guess this would be some resistance-ish here. Now, only thing you can really do at this point (236) is 1575-ish. It should meet resistance there before it comes back, but I don't think it's a bad idea to start lining up buys right here. I don't think it's a bad idea to start lining up buys right here. 1105-ish just for a flip. 20 EMA should be there. I mean, if this is a breakout retest, might not be a bad idea. We'll see. From HMD coin, what's the volume? Hasn't been half bad. Only thing is that higher high in price close, lower high in RSI currently. Bear div. Bears. Beats. Battlestar Galactica. What kind of bear is the best bear? False. It's the black bear. Debatable. maybe try to grab this bitch for a just a quick flip here. Quick flip. But that'd be the spot to long it. Just be careful. Just be careful. You know, your RSI support, and don't forget this. Don't marry your bag. Have a stop. Because your RSI support is right here. Okay? So is your trend line support. They're in conjunction. So, but I'd feel a lot better about long in 1100 if it touches 1600. Okay? Because you guys know that on the way back up, 236 resistance is a bitch. So if it can get up here to like the high 1500, mid to high 1500, 1600 area, I'd feel a lot better about long in 1100 area. Okay? So, and as a matter of fact, that is how I would take the trade. I want this to extend to the upside so that a move to the downside drops it quite a few percent, because from, all right, I'll do it over here. From that zone back down is 30%. Okay, I'd be more comfortable taking that trade at that point. So if it extends up to 1600, and you know what, I'm going to put an alert 1520. I'll put an alert crossing. If price crosses there, then I will then look to long the 1100 zone off a bounce. Okay? With my pink box. I hope that you can put your pink box there as well, and we can have a pink box party. Yeah, Accusite. It's just the classic bending of time. No big deal. But, you know, my perfect trade on this would be pull back to 1100 after it touches 1500 to 1600. And then the next resistance after that, if that turns into a honest support resistance flip, is, damn, man, like literally like 3,000 sats. So this could get aggressive. So have a plan, Stan. Have a plan. That's mine. Cardano? How about Cardano? I woke up feeling ornery today, boys and girls. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. See you in hell. Wrong one. There we go. It's on that 0.93. That's the only thing propping it up right now. Otherwise, you are legit looking at this zone right here. 700 to 600, somewhere in there. Somewhere around there. That's what you'd be looking at. So, daily close below 922. See you in hell. Cardano. They do have the Coinbase pump coming up. So, and this is a pretty damn big RSI bull div on the day. Probably not on the 3-day. I doubt they have it on the 3-day yet. Could be. They do. Looks even better on the 3-day. So, you know, putting some wicks between, or some orders between 600 to 700, and obviously your heavier orders would be lower near 600. Probably not a bad idea. Okay? Got it? All right. MDA, MDMA. Oh, baby. Where's the 236? Where is the 236? 786s go to 382s. Okay, well, all right. So this is the play that I'm looking at with, I mean, essentially, it's not the same market structure-wise, but it's essentially the same exact play that I'm looking for with QKC. Parabolic to the upside, it overextends itself, come back, support, resistance, flip. Okay? That's what I'm looking at from it, just to show you guys on a different chart. Obviously the market structure is different. It's going to be, but that's what I'm looking at. Would I do anything with this? No. It needs that daily close over 34.6 before I'm willing to start looking at where I'm going to get in. Okay? What else? Anything going ham bone today? Zcash? Anybody buy that off the bottom after we looked at it yesterday? It's generational support. If that breaks, see you in freaking hell. So you would expect it to hold. But again, it's Zcash, so you don't expect it to hold anything. All right, cash. Cash is going, baby. Cash is going. Next resistance should come somewhere around here. Oh, look where we are. So what do we need to do? We need to delete this. It's found a bottom. This is awesome because I have cash and I have for a long time. Next resistance, 59.74, 6,000. Okay, 236. And then it'll come back and you'll look for a support and resistance flip near this zone. Okay? 3,600 to 3,800-ish. Is there any volume? Look at that. That's crazy. What's it look like on coin signals? Not really. This is the classic. That's so classic. Break below. Tap all of those stops that were under there. Break below. Back up. Here we go. Break below. Back up. Here we go. Get that tattooed. Do we like storm today? Break below. Back up. Here we go. Oops. If you like storm, you'll need a stop below 81. Okay? Otherwise, sorry if you guys can hear the background noise. Three-day bull div. That's your hope. Otherwise, I mean, look, it's been a sell-off with no volume. That's on the 3-day. We'll take a look at the day. But yeah, it's been a sell-off with absolutely no volume. So you have that's how a 3-day bull div happens. You just gotta hope that it bounces here. So RVN. Perfect 786 touch. Especially if I make this a perfect fib. Perfect 786. I mean, your target would be 710 if it's just, and not only was that a perfect 786 touch, but that was a support resistance flip. It should go higher, man. At least a 614, to be honest with you. I do not see any reason why this won't go to 614. So where would I try to get long? On a retest of 430-ish. It probably should go higher, man, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think it's going to go higher. I think at least 614. It should go to 0.5. But in reality, 786 to 382 should be 710. The only thing here is that I think this will now be resistance all the way over here. You know, so you'd be looking more like 600 at this point. What is the volume off this bounce? You know, it's been a very low volume bear sell off. So I'd expect a little bit higher bounce here, for sure. Is it bullish? No, it's not bullish. Moving averages, aren't bullish, and it's gone much deeper to the 786. It needs to go sideways for a point and then try to regain bullish momentum. This is just a bounce, okay? But you can play ping pong between supports and resistances on bounces. XMR. Well, the BTC chart says this is support. This is the fifth touch. You know, the more times you knock on a door, the more likely it is to fall down. But would it surprise you? How many times has XMR just decided to go to the upside? 2, 3, 3.3. Why couldn't this be 4.1? Look at the USD chart. I imagine the BTC chart looks better than the USD chart. Yes, it does, but let me fib this. Is there any macro support here? Yes. It's the 886. Might not be a bad spot, man. Just saying. First target on USD charts like $79. Right here. It's not. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. XMR, this is a no-brainer. Nobody talks shit about XMR. It's a no-brainer. So I think at certain points you just start accumulating. You know how many drugs you could buy with XMR right now? Still more bull than bear. All right. I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side. You know I'll be back tomorrow. Any questions? Let me know. I'm going to go work out. You guys have a good day. Like the video, please, also. Okay, there's like 4 likes. Please. Oh, you guys like my tank top? It's my dog with pizza in the back. He's a moron. All right. Well, I will see y'all on the flip side. Have a good day.